Hello. I was just about to jump on and say good afternoon, happy Wednesday, and I had to stop myself from pressing go live because I couldn't remember what day it was for a minute. So happy Wednesday afternoon, everyone. I thought I'd just jump on and tell you a little bit about, today is No Diet Day, and I thought I'd just tell you a little bit about what that means to me. And also how you can jump into my free Come Try Wellness coaching sessions tomorrow. So the non-diet day. Hi Emma. Hope you guys are going well in isolation. I'm looking forward to getting Alan and Isabel back at school so I can have some me time, and I'm sure you're feeling very much the same with all your little guys. So the no diet day is really about, so when I think about the word diet, I suppose it's a very triggering and a very neutral term for me all at the same time. So when I talk about diet, I talk about what people eat. It's really about what you're eating every day, your normal habitual food. But it can also be very triggering. It's kind of, the whole dieting culture. So as soon as you throw diet in there, it kind of can, depending on the context, it can be very triggering. So the whole non-diet day or no diet day came about to promote non-fad dieting, or staying away from real restrictive dieting. So I suppose when I think about, I really don't like when people come and ask me to do meal plans, and that's what people ask a lot. They say, oh, do you do meal plans? The reason why that doesn't work is because I don't know, I can spend a lot of time with you figuring out what you like and all that kind of stuff, but really, you've probably got about 10 meals that you can make off the top of your head that you can do quite easy. And you don't have to think about that fit into your routine, your schedule, your preferences, or your family likes, all that kind of stuff. So it's about, if I give you a diet or a diet plan, or you download one of the million free ones off the internet, it's really unlikely that you're going to be able to follow that to a T or closely enough for long enough to make a difference before you give up on it. So really it's about finding what's going to work for you based on little tweaks. So finding your own health, finding your own diet, is about figuring out, well, what's going to work for me given everything going on in my life at the moment, that's going to make that I can keep doing that one little change, that I can keep doing that day after day after day after day till I'm doing it for long enough that I don't even have to think about that one anymore, and then I can move on to the next little change. And it might be, rather than changing everything at once and not knowing what part of that worked, but it's too much change to sustain the whole thing, that you give up. If you and you don't know, something was working, but you don't know what part of it was and what part of it wasn't. So everything kind of goes out the window. So rather than kind of bounce up and down through, I'm starting the new diet on Monday, go gung-ho for 3 days, and by Wednesday everything's turned to crap, and you just going back to what you usually do. Kind of just thinking about something really, really simple. Like, is it that I'm not eating enough veggies? Okay, well, can I eat, can I just change the portion on my plate so that I'm eating just a little bit more of that non-starchy veg? And just maybe cut down, depending on what it is for you, it might be you're having too much carbs at night or something like that. So focusing a bit more on, I'm just going to have a bit more non-starchy veg. Every single day, I'm just going to have a bit more non-starchy veg. So if you know that your family's going to have pizza on a Friday night, and your plan is to have just a bit more starchy veg every day, then maybe you can have like a veggie soup for lunch that day, or maybe you can chuck some more salad on your sandwich, and you're still achieving your goal. You're still getting some momentum. You're still improving, you know, like it's still helping. And it kind of gets you in that pattern of just eating more veg, which is a good thing. So some of the diets are very restrictive. They're not nutritionally complete. They're actually unsustainable in the long term. So if you're following something that's telling you cut out dairy, cut out grains, cut out this, cut out that, it doesn't actually tell you what to eat either. So you can kind of, as well as, you know, not getting everything that your body needs, you can kind of feel really stuck. You're not really sure where to go. But if you kind of focus on one little thing, like having more free veg, then all of a sudden you're kind of thinking, well, how else can I add this? What else can I add? And adding something to our lives and to our diet, and you know, is so much more fun than taking stuff away. And if we're eating more free veg, then we're probably not going to feel as hungry, want the dessert, all that kind of stuff. So really, I suppose next time you kind of think to yourself, well, maybe I should watch what I'm eating, or, you know, start the diet again. See if you can reframe that and kind of go, well, what's the one thing that I can keep doing for the next so many days? So it might be for the next 3 days, it might be for the next week, it might be for the next 30 days, depending on how hard that is for you, depending on how much of a change it is. But if you start with, I'm going to, you know, increase my veggies, increase my free veggies for the next 3 days, sounds pretty achievable. Then after the 3 days, you go, that wasn't too hard, let's do it again. And you kind of build your momentum and you build your confidence in that, and it's easier to keep going. So I hope that was helpful. I don't know how many of you know, so I'm doing a lot more direct wellness coaching, like in place of some of my dietetic consults. So I'm still doing my dietetic consults, but I'm doing more and more of my wellness coaching, like standalone. So what that is, the wellness coaching is about really drilling down on what you want to change, what you want to improve on, what's not working, and how you want it to happen. So something like the free veg, okay, well, what do you need to do to make that happen? You know, how does that work for you? Can you know, how do you prefer to work? Do you cut it up all at once? Do you cut it up at 11 o'clock in the morning? How's that going to work in? How's that going to fit in for you? What are all the ways you could, you know, we brainstorm all the ways you're going to do it, all that kind of stuff. But it's all the answers are really led by you. So you go out of each session with a really clear plan on that, just that one next step, so you can kind of move forward and know that that change is going to happen in that week or that fortnight or whatever it is. So, you know, some of the people that have been doing my wellness coaching groups, I've got 2 clients that have been doing those continuously. So I do 6-week blocks with those programs in the group settings. So I've got 2 ladies that are coming up to near, like I was trying to work it out the other day, I reckon they've been with me for 8 months doing you know, session after session after session, just because it's about building those habits. Yeah, and you know, we do it in packages for the one-on-ones, and I do it in packages because you need that, you know, it's about building these long-term habits, really. Hi Robin, hi Sarah as well. So if you want to have a go at the wellness coaching, So every second Thursday, which is tomorrow, I'm running a free come and try wellness coaching group session. So it's pretty much like my morning kickstart groups. And how they work is each person has like a 10-minute, or depends how many people come on, but have a little one-on-one with me with the group kind of watching. So each person goes away with a plan, but the rest of the group get to see, well, each person gets to see everyone getting coached. So they get ideas, tips. Everyone kind of goes through the same things in slightly different ways. So if someone's struggling to get up in the morning because, they don't have to be at work or something at the moment, then there's a few others that are kind of going, I should be really getting out of bed earlier in the morning. The rest of the day flows better. I get more done. The housework's done earlier and I can just focus on everything else I want to do for me. So all that kind of stuff. So that goes in. So you can see all those tips from everyone else. And that's why I reckon the group works really, really well. So I'll post the link under here, how to jump on that Zoom meeting tomorrow. You don't need any passwords, there's no registration, there's no commitment, there's no kind of, you've got to come and buy afterwards. It's kind of just my way of saying, showing you guys what it is and I suppose learning from each other. So that's it for today. So think about that one little change, what it is for you and how you can do that rather than the big shabam do-it-all diet that's not really sustainable in the long term. And that's it. Okay, see ya. Thanks for watching. Oh, thanks, Erica. Yeah, loved having you in the groups. Okay, bye.